Next week, Florida lawmakers will return to Tallahassee for a special legislative session.
And tonight, we are getting our first look at the 5 bills they plan to tackle. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest has been going through those bills for us. He joins us live in the newsroom. So, Mike, many of them are related to the conflict in the Middle East.
It appears the state lawmakers want to use next week's special session to send a message to Israel and Israel's enemies, while also trying to protect Florida's large Jewish community.
Any debate?
When lawmakers return to Tallahassee next week, a top priority will be protecting Floridians' safety. Under a proposed bill, $10 million would be set aside to improve security at facilities including schools and museums that are at a high risk of violent attacks or hate crimes. An additional $25 million has been proposed specifically to bolster security at Jewish preschools and day schools. In response to last month's violence in Israel, the Florida House and Senate are expected to pass resolutions that condemn the unprovoked attack by Hamas and support Israel's right to defend itself. Lawmakers may also expand restrictions on the state's ability to do business with companies tied to Iran.
This is clearly aimed at helping Governor DeSantis gain national attention, get him involved in foreign affairs.
UCF history professor and News 6 political analyst Jim Clark says it's common for a special legislative session to be called after a major hurricane. Next week, lawmakers will discuss a bill to provide financial assistance to the Big Bend area of Florida that was pummeled by Hurricane Idalia. That same bill would expand a statewide program to help Floridians protect their homes and roofs from high winds. But Clark is surprised there are currently no bills aimed at addressing Florida's continuing property insurance crisis.
I think a lot of people were hoping that the legislature in some form would help Floridians with the high cost of insurance.
Now, earlier this year, state lawmakers expanded the availability of private school vouchers, but there are still currently some limits on a type of voucher intended to help children with special needs. Next week, lawmakers will consider expanding the availability of those so-called family empowerment scholarships. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike DeForest, News 6. Back to you.
We'll see what happens, Mike. Thank you.